Yes, everyone, totally enjoyed that show. Yes, guys. Now, I'm not sure if a person said, I was out walking around and I overheard something. I don't know if a person was saying this about me. I don't know if a person was saying this about someone else. I don't even know if they even said this. Maybe I just heard things, right? But there was a person saying, I would like this creator, I guess me, but they just act too childlike, right? I think they were talking about me, maybe they were talking about Michaela, because Michaela does the same thing, right? Now, for me, I'm a very attractive person, so for me, I like to downplay my looks, not downplay them in a bad way, but just sort of like, be cutesy and adorable and be like young kind of, because I think that will tone down the beauty, right? Because, if you're doing thirst traps all day, which technically you can, I feel like you're asking for trouble because these platforms, unless you're talking about certain ones, but these main TikTok and YouTube, etc., they will, be hard on those people because they're doing thirst traps, and so they want them to tone it down, right? Because thirst traps, like I said, there's nothing wrong with thirst traps, and some people do get carried away and they overdo it, right? So, and then you do risque, right? So I don't want to do risque content, so I just try to do like something funny and youthful like, to be like, like that, right? And so I think it takes away, not doesn't take away from my looks, right? But it kind of softens them and make them kind of disappear, right? Even though I'm very good looking, right? So that's why I do that kind of performing. I'm not sure if a person said that about me or they were talking about. Michaela does the same thing. She's like always like, she always sounds like a little kid, right? Because she's always talking about how she's always doing her voice, and it sounds like a young voice, right? So she's always doing that, right? And I think the reason why she does that too is if she does something over the top sexual or whatever, then she's gonna get banned, right? So that's why I think creators do that, right? Because like Britney, well, and then there's some people that do a young voice like Britney for the opposite reason. They want to be like very XY, right? Because they're X icons and all that. But for me, if I do anything risque, I get in trouble right away, right? So I try to tone it down by doing like a young kind of voice and just sort of like, oh yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. You know what I mean? That's the only reason. I wouldn't do that normally. Like if the world was all adults, I would do totally different content, right? But there's obviously we love kids, right? Anyway, bye guys, thank you.